Okay, so it goes without saying that a GPA course is basically a maintenance course where you're trying to maintain the student's GPA or trying to raise it. Now, this can be done in a few ways, but the way that I found it to be most effective is to review the past week's topics. In this way, that we can review what they have learned in school, what the teacher has taught them, and basically fill in any gaps, anything that the teacher at school may have missed. So this may involve doing review lectures and reviewing content. After that, you might want to review and complete their homework, because this is one of the places where you can basically make up points that they may have missed anywhere else, because homework is something that you can actually help them with and write down the correct answers and help them, teach them how to come up with the correct answers. After this, you might want to move on to more practice questions. Okay, so any experienced teacher, anyone that's been doing this for a long time, will have a repertoire or a good repository, right, of practice questions based on the topics that they may have learned or covered during the past week. So this will help them reinforce, okay, the topics that they have dealt with in the past week. If you end up having more time, then you might want to actually end up doing a little bit of preview, where you would lecture them on the possible topics or on a topic that will come in the following week, and this can be supplemented and reinforced with again, more practice questions.
So a mixture, right, is when you take two or more pure substances and you mix it together, okay? Now the thing about these substances is that they don't react, okay? So you are able to separate them again, okay? And then end up with those same pure substances after you separate it, okay? So there are two types of mixtures. Oh yeah, and also they don't react, okay, which is why you're able to separate them, okay? Now, there are two types of mixtures, homogeneous and then heterogeneous mixtures, okay? Your question was, what was the difference between the two, right? What does that prefix homo mean? Homo, genius. What does homo mean?
One.
Well, uniform, right? It means uniform or one, okay? So it looks like kind of one thing, basically, okay? So when I take two substances, let's say water and salt, or let's go with sugar, okay? I take water and sugar, right? And I mix it together, what do I end up with?
Sugar water.
Well, sure, sugar water, right? But if you look at it, what does it look like?
One liquid.
It looks like one uniform homogeneous thing, right? Okay, now what if I were to take pizza? Okay, pizza is actually a mixture of many other things or toppings, right, that are on top of whatever the pizza, right? Because in that type of mixture, you can see all of the distinct components, right, that are trying to be blended together, right? That is a heterogeneous mixture, okay? So if you look at number one, right, iron ore, okay? What's iron ore? Any type of ore, right, is basically the metallic element that's mixed in with other minerals or rocks and stuff like that. Okay, so iron ore would be classified as what?
Hetero.
Heterogeneous, yes.